W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't. It's on you.
Oh. Probably take out a few of yours on my way.
You will definitely take out one. I'm almost certain of it.
All right. Starting out first. It seems like this Secret Wars reboot thing is legit. Daniel RPK is on it now. Seems like this is really getting steam. Are we getting closer to like fixing not just because I'm gonna address Star Wars in my second dub. Are we getting closer to fixing Marvel and Star Wars? Are we actually going to be? If we're 3 years away from having a once more successful Marvel Cinematic Universe, then great.
Could be.
Here's the catch.
Uh-oh.
Who's driving the boat?
Kathleen Kennedy and Kevin Feige.
No, Kathleen's gone.
Let me drive the boat.
Kathleen's gone. But Kevin Feige still be there.
How can you get rid of Kevin Feige?
What are we changing in this reboot? What are we changing? We're going all the way back to the beginning of the timeline? Are we redoing origins? Is everybody getting recasted? Don't do what James Gunn is currently doing and picking and choosing who's going to be different. Either all recast or none. But you got to do all recast because the king got to come home.
I'm the king around here.
Got to come home.
If you're going to have a successful reboot, that should be one of your main focuses.
Now, the only bit of optimism I see with that is that if they're starting over, we're going to have a soft reboot here, and you're going to be reestablishing people. You're going to be showing what this world looks like. So we're really just starting over. That task of reestablishing the new world that we are in it'll be so prevalent through whatever the initial phase is. When we do the reboot, we won't have the room for a lot of the stuff that we've gotten in phase 4, phase 5. A lot of this stuff has come as a result of exhausting the original band of characters of Avengers that we started all of this with to the absolute max.
Yeah.
Right? Multitude of movies, solo movies within that, between the 4 or 5 of them, television shows. We've bled them as far as we possibly can go, and just to bring them back in Secret Wars, which I'm sure they'll play a major role. Mm-hmm. So like we've kind of done it to the max with them. Plus, a lot of them are aging out. So with that being said, them doing it this way allows them to either start over with a brand new cast of characters, or adapt storylines that they had planned for some of these actors through the whatever this new universe is. I just hope that some of the ideology stuff that has maybe hurt Disney and Marvel as of late doesn't continue to permeate. Like, we don't just need a reset. We don't just need new actors and new characters. We need a change in attitude. Like, storytelling should be paramount now. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no getting around it. Crappy stories will not be stomached by this audience anymore. You don't have that anymore. The Shields are not winning. They're not. The $85 stock price tells me that they're not. Okay, so you can't depend on them the way you thought they would. You're going to have to get back to pleasing comic book fans with comic book movies and build out from that. That's what this started as. That's what this industry started out as. You don't get to reinvent it. We proved it to you. We've proved it. You do not get to redefine what this stuff means. It's clear as day. You can do whatever you want, but the results are there. So do it right, or it'll burn to the ground. Because the one thing you can't afford is to reboot this shit and it's still shitty.
Yeah.
Then Apple's eating your lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Then Apple's eating your lunch. Sticking with Disney, Ahsoka has not only moved up its release date by a day, so now it'll be coming out on Tuesday instead of Wednesday, Tuesday the 22nd, But they're releasing at 9 o'clock. No more of this 2 a.m. horse shit, having to stay up or watch it hella early in the morning before I start work. No. Prime time. I can say from my standpoint, in my opinion, that this is the most confident Disney has been about a show on Disney Plus, period. Even more so than The Mandalorian, because The Mandalorian has never been aired in prime time. They moved up the release date. The review embargo was lifted a week ago, and they have enough confidence that people are going to switch off of that and get to their streaming service every week for the next 6 weeks. They're more confident about this show than anything they've done recently. That to me is a very strong sign. Very strong signs. How many Disney Plus shows have you heard of having the release date moved up? How many of them have you watched right after dinner and not at 2 or 3 a.m. when it first hits, or the next day?
Yeah.
Right? How many shows has that happened for? It hasn't. They are very excited about what they have in Ahsoka, which makes me excited because I was there when it first got announced. Mm-hmm. Right? Like I was on board when they announced it in the first place. When I seen her in Mandalorian season 2, I was already on board. I'm down. I'm really excited to watch the first 2 episodes here coming up. Just hoping that we get some good content, man. We've been starving for good Star Wars content, so both of those, the potential Secret Wars reboot and Ahsoka premiering this week. Some decent news coming out of Disney. At least something to look forward to.
Yep.
All right, on to the filth. That's what you're all really here for, anyways.
The filth.
All right, first L. Oh, Drake and his Thugnificent outfit. First of all, I seen a lot of takes on this. Some of them I was like, duh. Other ones I was like, where you been at? First of all, the first one, that Drake's white side is starting to come out a little bit more.
Not any time before.
Or no, but that was the duh one to me. Like, I mean, he been half white.
Yeah.
Now y'all needed to see him, wrinkling in the face to get that. Now I heard it. You know what I mean? I've been hearing it for years. I also saw it with the blackface thing, but
sure.
I guess wrinkles is what justifies that. What else? That, he's corny now. This is all like it took a FUBU t-shirt to do that.
I thought the FUBU shirt was kind of cool.
It's just funny the things that people will turn over you on.
Yes, agreed.
You know what I mean? It's not erroneous shots at married women's husbands. It's not, presumed deaded beefs that he gets to reignite whenever he chooses fit. It's not blackface. It's not going on a dating show and telling him that the black vernacular in his area is ignorant and disrespectful. It's not telling black women to, go dance on the pole for him and come get this money for fucking him.
Before I throw you back to the hood.
It's none of that. It's leaving his hair out and wearing a FUBU shirt. That's what makes him corny. Different. Y'all different. Yeah. Different breed.
I don't understand it.
Y'all are a different breed.
And just the wishy-washiness of this whole stan culture bullshit is annoying, to say the least.
Yeah, anyways. Next L I got is going up to PinkyDoll.
You said the next L is going to PinkyDoll?
Yeah.
So I went to Google, I put PinkyDoll naked, and I click on pictures. And what I see, there's a lot of page. You keep swiping and swiping and swiping. It don't stop. And I see all this website. How dare you? You gonna let other people put my face, my body out here doing stuff like that? How dare you? Without asking an ID. Where's the ID terms? Tell me that. What's up? I'm gonna tell you something today. I'm gonna sue all of you. All of you, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you. Y'all wanna play with me? You allow other people post PinkyDoll? Really? Cause you're about to get paid? Well, guess what? I'm about to get all that money.
I go to Google. And I search my name, PinkyDoll, and what do I see? Pictures. And I keep scrolling, and what do I see? I see the link. I'm going to sue Google. I'm sure Google is very happy that you're going to sue Google and not them. But yeah,
I made fun of you of an accident earlier today. That was pretty fucking accurate. That was pretty accurate.
I go to Google. Woman. Whew. I don't know if you know how porn works, but 90%, well, not 90, maybe not 90, but a good percentage of what y'all put out here thinking is exclusive gets screen recorded and re-put out on the internet. Like, don't you know that? Come on, man. You making millions of dollars off of OnlyFans. There's 0% chance that you just found out that some of your content ends up getting leaked. Just chalk it up as acceptable loss. Walmart has that. Well, no, not Walmart. Walmart is a very bad example. But a lot of real retailers lose thousands of dollars every day to loss from their own employees and customers. Right? Yep. And they have built-in insurance to cover said losses. Because you understand when you produce a product at that type of rate, when you have that many people buying something, someone's bound to steal from you. It's cost of doing business.
Yep.
So you're probably not going to have a good time suing Google. Just accept the millions that you did make and maybe don't be too sour about it, I guess. Because how do you stop people from doing it? How can you stop an individual who bought some content from you from taking said content and doing what they want with it?
If she has a good lawyer, she's not going to be suing Google anyway. As a lawyer,
like, they're going to laugh at you. First of all, not the sites, but you're going to sue the search engine? Come on, lady. Come on, man. It was embarrassing enough knowing the fact that you're actually impersonating a child while you're doing these NPC lives. So, like, can we just take your money? Please.
Yikes.
My favorites. They my favorites now. They made themselves legends on this channel. Or maybe not this channel, but just on the platform of YouTube in general. Of being the stupidest fucking idiots on the planet.
You have definitely taken one of my L's. I knew it was going to happen. I knew this was going to be the one.
But I'm glad that I can finally say this and actually mean it. And it be factual. Like, without a doubt. Because when it comes to YouTube, right? Back of the bus, compared to Fresh and Fit, we are better than you niggas.
That was good.
Oh my God. Good. Fresh and Fit have officially been kicked off of the platform, y'all.
No,
not kicked off the platform because the stuff that they've already done, they're off the partner program, so they can no longer monetize. They can no longer move any of that filthy anti-black product that they like to spew.
Yeah, no, they can definitely still continue to make content, but it's not going
on Rumble.
And on Rumble, yeah.
And Rumble's collapsing, so that's great. Yeah. It's great.
They're
great.
Pretty much done as Fresh and Fit.
No, it's over. It's done. It's done ski. It's only a matter of time with Lil Sneeko now that he can't sneak off onto their page to keep pushing his filth.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. Glad.
They still have academics.
Niggas to the ether. Congratulations. I'm sure the Sugar Baby site will have you back. Homeboy, what's Ugly Face's name?
Ugly Face. Fresh?
Stoneface. What's his real name? Didn't they give his real name? Because homeboy is Myron.
I don't know what Fresh's real name is.
Whatever. Clayface. You can go back to working for that magazine you were working for. I'm sure the feds will have you back.
I'm
Myron.
really interested in knowing what his real name is now. But yeah, no. It's a good thing to have them
gone.
Demonetized.
What did you think was going to happen? Of course, they blame the Matrix and all this other shit because they have no monicum of self-responsibility.
Oh, his name is Walter.
Walter! He looks like a fucking Walter.
He does look like a Walter.
Looks like a fucking Walter. Yeah, man. Glorious day. Them bums out of here.
Yes.
Get them the fuck out of here.
Now, they will probably not leave without trying some other stuff, but
No. They'll probably middle around for a little bit, right? They'll have a contingency of their fans that will want to keep them relevant until this situation changes, and which it won't. Or they'll be able to maybe pivot to Twitch or something else like that. Who knows?
but the lion's share of it is done.
Oh, it's done. They were getting their money from YouTube. Make no mistakes. The building that they're living in don't even want them niggas there no more.
Yep. And for everything that YouTube doesn't do for small creators, but I'll talk about that at some other time. They do for their larger creators, and they do so plentifully. So they were making good money on YouTube.
Real
and money
good
that they're not going to recoup on Twitch or
Rumble or anything
any of
like
other,
that. They won't have the opportunity without the farming of YouTuber watchers to those other sites. It just doesn't work that way. So enjoy death, fellas. Enjoy it cold.
Yikes.
Oh man, did you know Bam's dad was a child molester?
Bam Margera?
Don DeVito, or his uncle, sorry.
Uncle. Oh.
Yeah, his uncle, Don DeVito, the fat guy that they always used to fuck with.
Why do I feel like I've heard that? But
Fam, child molester.
Yikes.
2 times. Was accused 3 times, convicted twice for 2 different girls. Said that he grabbed her breast at like a meet and greet. And so he was convicted, got 10 years of probation. And when he was in the courtroom, I guess he had this whole like conniption and all this other shit. Anyways, the fact that this went on, I had no idea. We cried tears over this man when he died in 2017.
I didn't cry tears.
I did. I wasn't a huge fan of the Jackass stuff, but Viva La Bam was hilarious.
Viva La Bam was hilarious.
It was hilarious. And I always felt like, dude, I was like, man, he's a good sport. Because there's no way I would be letting my son or my nephew just come around and start fucking with me for content every day. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not about to go down like that. So he's really got to be a good sport. No, they were probably feeding him little kids or some shit. Or he can go talk to all the goddamn teenagers that show up to the meet and greets. So he was getting over very nicely.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Damn.
And sick.
Well, these secret kid diddlers out here.
Yeah.
I went to have a conversation. I saw a Twitter compilation. So this is going to be my toss-up for the week.
Okay.
No longer on the L's. About club culture and why it is absolutely terrible nowadays. Majority of the thoughts I was getting was, sections and bottle prices and my favorite, the phones, right? We know the infamous bad bitch that wants to sit in the section all day with her sunglasses on and not talk to a single soul and viciously turn away any man that makes an advance to her.
Yeah.
We also know the men who prowl from the corner all night at a female and won't say a single word to her like a fucking creeper.
Sure.
We know the fly boys that sit there and they floss they fit all night, but once again will never get within 2 inches of another female. We just in videos with niggas all night, niggas with chains. We're literally in videos with niggas with chains all night, holding up bottles, smoking weed, smoking hookah. I'd rather take pictures.
Big bro just pulled up.
Blowing fucking hookah than I would to be in a female's face right now. Then we also have the section of women that love, absolutely, not gay, but absolutely love to dance provocatively over other women, right? But don't you dare come over here and talk to me, and you better not try to dance on me. Mm-hmm. Don't let me turn around and see a man body behind me. I'm going to stop and act like somebody farted.
So basically, to an extent, the separation of genders not intermingling with each other.
You know what? And let me just be fair. My club prime is probably about like 7 to 8 years out of my club prime. Like, I'm not really a club person no more. Don't enjoy them. Don't like going there. It kind of feels like a high school party. I feel out of place. I feel like I'm the old guy in the room. I want to go find a bar to sit down on so I can watch sports highlights and drink my beer. But when clubs were popular for me, the kind of things that were enjoyable. First of all, we wanted to drink. Like we wanted to drink, but 9 times out of 10, you probably got to the club drunk already.
Because you pregame before going.
I feel like we were in a nice like little section where like clubs still kind of had that early 2000 feel, but people were starting to kind of buck that trend of, oh yeah, we gonna go in here and dance with each other and sweat our hair out and like we just gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty accurate.
Like I feel like our generation was the last of the ABC parties, the phone parties, the icebreakers. Niggas used to go in them bitches and lose weight. Legit. You go into one of them parties, you coming out a few pounds lighter just off of sweat alone.
Yeah.
Like, because that was the type of energy that was going on. That type of shit is not happening anymore.
Not to mention the shit we was wearing back then, because we had to get into the club.
You had to get into the club, yeah.
Couldn't wear J's or like a t-shirt. You had to wear like business casual.
Niggas was sweating out their polo collars. Niggas went in there looking like Farnsworth Bentley, come out looking like they got Jade. But you had a good time though. You got some twerk, maybe you got a couple numbers, you kicked it. If you was Greek, you strolled. Like it was just a good time. Now you walk into a club and it is just a perennial who's of who's holding up the infrastructure, like who's holding up the walls the best. Mm-hmm. Then you got the sections. The sections are outrageous, right? We got to have $700 to sit in the middle of a room in front of everybody. Right? So like we'll treat you like you the king of the club for 2 hours, but you got to pay $700 for the section. Oh, and by the way, the bottles are taxed at like 300%. So so you going to pay $250 for this hen dog.
Yep.
$150 for this crown.
Yep.
Better not order anything that is normally expensive, because you could easily spend another $700 on some Don or some De Leon or something like that, right?
Yep.
It's fucking ridiculous. And that's at every club too.
You got to get those bottles because you got to flex with them. Not
just the Vegas, New York clubs that everybody is aspiring to. No. Come to Columbus, Ohio, and they're going to ask you to spend that same shit. And that's why I haven't been out to clubs in Columbus in years. Because I'm not doing it. It absolutely fucking not. I live here, so I know what this city is. You ain't got no business paying no fucking $300 for no bottle in anybody's club.
We was in a section for all of 2 seconds on your birthday that one year.
They thought I was the other Marcus. I was like, hey, yo, y'all need some money from me for this? And they like, yeah, the remaining total on your bill is blah, blah, blah. No, move us out of here. Move us the fuck out of here. I just wanted to get in.
We sure sat down for a second and then walked right up.
Y'all still need some money from me? No, come on. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's just move. Let's just move. Funny. It would have been ridiculous.
No, it would have.
It would have been stupid.
Yeah, bro, you got to pay that bottle budget.
I just think it's interesting because like when we like our spot in clubs, it wasn't either or. Like we wasn't in the dead smack in the middle of the, shut down the whole party so we can do a dance battle kind of shit, obviously. And we're not of this. I don't even know what the clubs look like today. Like I don't know what niggas are doing. They're not dancing.
Big bro just pulled up. We about to get a $300 bottle of Henny.
You don't really go to the club to look for women no more because I think the social setting has set it up to where all the men think that the women there are garbage.
Don't want anything to do with
and
them.
all the women think that the men there are predators and need to be avoided, which makes me think, why are any of y'all paying enormous covers to get into this club anyway? Why women, why did you drag your 3 homegirls that didn't want to be here, but y'all have the numbers to get in free, so they here out to the club in the first place? Because y'all not about to go politic with no dudes. And then men, you hate all the women there. You think they whores and that they not going to listen to you once you get them anyways. So why are you there? Why are any of the people here?
I don't even know why I came to this club. I can't even find no traditional women in this club.
Fam, literally.
What you even bring to the table?
Because they outside the clubs with the interview niggas trying to get content talking about, yeah, these women, they don't, if you got some money and you work for yourself, they don't want you.
Damn.
And then the women 2 blocks down talking about, yeah, you got to make 100,000, but you got to be a thug too. Like, you got to have something criminal going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be no square. Don't bring me no 100,000 and you ain't bagging up no weed. You ain't selling no pills. I can't. Club culture.
Yep, for sure.
Make sure y'all give us your thoughts on that one for sure. I'm very interested on how everybody feels about the present day club culture, because it is certainly different even from when I was in clubs, and I know that's a more modern style of clubbing. So like I'm interested to get an OG perspective.
For sure.
Comment below.
Absolutely. You didn't tell everybody that when you were in the club, you were...
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. Well beyond my time. Now, the teen clubs, for sure. D Pharrell and them franchise boys was tearing the teen clubs up. Boozy,
the Skate Zone
Fat
71s, he was in
Al,
there.
Chip the Ripper, all the Ohio dudes, the slab niggas.
That's what you was doing?
For sure.
All right, cool.
Girl, shake that baby. That's when everybody went into the club to find somebody to dance with.
Marcus was in the club.
Going down, meet me in the mall. It's going down.
Oh, man. Funny shit.
Don't let Chicky come on, because we chicken heading all the way out the door. Yeah. Get through that right, girl.
Whew, yikes. All right, let's get into these dubs.
Jaquan come on, I'm heel toeing all the way to the bathroom.
Jaquan had some hits. Tipsy, obviously, though.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
All right, let's get on these and get out of here. All right, my first dub. Funny enough, because you gave bro an L, and I've done nothing but give him L's for most of the year.
Oh, Drizzy.
I'm giving a dub to Drake.
No, you're not.
While simultaneously giving an L.
What's the dub for?
To a person. I'm really only giving him a dub because, I gotta throw him something. But really, this is about giving an L to a person who last week I said I was going to hold off on saying anything about. I think I said this off the podcast, but I said I was going to hold off on saying anything about this person because I just know something's going to happen and it's just going to basically throw more dirt on the situation. I'm just waiting for that thing to happen. Y'all, Bobbi Althoff is garbage. When we all learn that she is not for us, interviewing with her,
the white girl. Yeah.
Interviewing with her is simply just a come up for her to do what it is that she really wants to do. That has nothing to do with rappers.
What was her connection to the music industry again? Was it her parents or something? What was it? We found it.
Supposedly her husband's a
her
millionaire.
husband. There we go. Her husband.
And her agent may have been the same agent as Drake's. Supposedly.
So her husband's a millionaire, got her a fancy hiring agent who had connections to other celebrities, and that's why we've seen this person who was doing, what was it, household cleaning tutorials or some shit like that?
Yeah, well, yeah. She was being a mom on TikTok.
And now all of a sudden she's interviewing Drake, Yachty, some dude she was arguing with the other day. I don't even know who that dude was, some white dude.
I think he was one of the first interviews that she did before she did Drake, Lil Yachty, and I guess she did one with Tyga too.
Man, no one else is concerned about why someone who got popular doing dead stick interviews is now like interviewing Drake and Yachty and everybody. And then talking about how rude Yachty was because I guess he didn't acknowledge her. Who are you, lady?
First of
you
all,
were doing mom tutorials on TikTok. Why would he know who you are?
Lil Yachty can't be socially awkward? Is that not allowed?
Hold on. Not even that. Is Lil Yachty not different enough in status to where he can be in a room and not acknowledge you to the last minute? So let me ask you a question. If you sit down with Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk and neither one of them acknowledges you until right before they do their interview, are you ever telling this story like this?
No.
Or do you just chalk it up as like, that's a very important person, he's a celebrity, I'm here to interview them. When you have time to speak to me, you'll speak to me. I mean, it's not like I'm not here for an actual interview anyways, and I'll have the whole hour or whatever time was allotted to specifically ask you questions that you will have to respond to. It's not like that's what I'm actually here for.
I am convinced that she sees those rappers as less than.
Absolutely.
Which is, you mean to tell me the way that you got famous is lesser than you? How does that work at all?
Well, because her husband has money. It doesn't impress her.
So your millionaire husband, who probably doesn't make more than at least Drake.
No, absolutely don't make more than Drake.
It probably doesn't make more than Lil Yachty. I'll go on and say, is somehow that rapper is somehow lesser than you.
It's giving off like, I'm tired of sitting home while my rich husband goes out and makes money. So like I needed something to do. So he bought her a hobby.
Yeah.
So he bought her a hobby.
But like my whole thing is you went on to fucking Barstool with all of the energy, but let you interview fucking Drake and Lil Yachty and you've got nothing.
Dead stick.
Completely dead.
Dead stick. I thought her thing was dead stick interviews until I saw her arguing with the white dude.
That plus being on Barstool and just yucking it up about how Lil Yachty is awful.
With Dave Portnoy of all people.
Like Jesus Christ.
I'm guessing that was just a random pick.
Like, so whether or not she's a plant is out of the window. I don't even care about that. She's obviously a terrible person who only interviewed these people to move on to the next thing.
Absolutely.
She wants the Mark Cubans and other people that she's probably going to go on and interview.
Interviewed Mark Cuban.
Yeah, she's gonna go on from this and interview.
Why
other
else
people.
would Mark Cuban ever fucking sit down with you unless he knows your husband through some other business dealings? Hey, Mark, can you help me out, man? You know, she's doing this podcast thing. Just give her like 30 minutes. It's cool.
I think Mark Cuban is probably one of the people she would have wanted to actually interview. Maybe she's sitting there in her housewife thing watching Shark Tank. Oh my God, Mark Cuban would be great to interview. She didn't give a shit about Drake. She didn't give a shit about Yachty, Tyga, Offset, Funny Marco.
I seen somebody that was like, man, find her nigga tweet so we can get her out of here.
Facts. Such a terrible person. You know what? I'm actually going to skip the next one and go on to another person who is just absolutely terrible when it comes to interviews. Fucking ESTG did an interview with, I forget the guy's name. Bootleg Kev. Does an interview with Bootleg Kev. Older looking white guy. You'd know him if you saw him. I feel like he's all over little Twitter clips and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he goes on the Bros podcast, which Bro does obviously questions, for an artist about the music that they make and whatnot. But he also goes off and asks them, different things. Like I've seen him ask NLE Choppa and other people just questions that have really nothing to do with music.
This dude used to play football.
ESTG used to play football for Indiana State.
Yeah,
and he was
good.
Really good. Like he made it to the NFL Combine and everything. And so Bootleg Kev, being a general football fan, decided to ask him some questions about that. And Bro clearly took offense as if he's never been asked any kind of questions about any kind of football at all during his time.
What's weird is like usually what I hear celebrities say, and then maybe this is just horseshit, is like the standard kind of like stock questions get old and annoying, and that's when they start giving more like snarky responses or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's the questions that don't necessarily have to do with the project they're promoting or haven't been asked in a while or something personal that they actually start to elaborate on and kind of disarms them. So I'm thinking that's what dude was trying to do, was trying to disarm him to talk about something personal and make him more comfortable for the rest of the interview.
Sure.
Dude just doesn't seem like he's media trained.
Well,
it seemed like he got like irritated at the fact that he wasn't promoting his project at that very moment.
Well,
and maybe he didn't want to be there beyond promoting his project. But it's like, yo, fam, he's giving off the impression that he doesn't understand that people are always watching him, and that this is going towards establishing your brand.
Yeah,
and going to sign up to do an interview with someone and then acting annoyed as if they aren't asking the right questions or they don't have the right to ask you questions is stupid and immature. It makes you look like a child.
Absolutely. And the thing is, he does mention the product or mention the project that's coming out, goes over some questions about the project, speaks to his process with Yo Gotti, and then that's when he walked out of the whole thing.
Yeah, like he's talking about, so because he got off the football shit.
Yeah.
Once he realized he was asking, he was like, "Oh, what did that have to do with music?" So okay, now I'm asking you about who you're signed to, and you get up and walk the fuck out.
Yep.
Yo, fam, what's up with you niggas, man? What's up with you? First of all, I don't even know you. Don't know a single lyric out of your mouth. Like, I swear to God, these dudes get signed. They labels or whoever signed them give them a fucking chain, and all of a sudden, everybody's supposed to know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Yo, fam, who are you? I see you in a Walmart right now. I walk right past you. I have no idea who you are.
Facts. And my thing is, like, that sort of, like, acting like that or being real dismissive actually kind of worked a little bit for, like, Chief Keef when he first came out.
Chief
or
Keef
like
is
the Migos
autistic.
when they came out.
Chief Keef has Asperger's.
Or Gucci Mane when he
It was
first
like that's not
started
a apt comparison. He smoked 2 ounces of weed a day with Asperger's. It's not an apt comparison.
But like that mysterious kind of thing actually
No,
kind of worked for him.
You
at
being
some
a
level.
dick is not mysterious. You're a dick. We figured
this
that out.
is just him being a dick.
Yeah,
and nobody
you're
likes
being
this.
a dick.
Yeah, agreed.
Like when Stunner for Vegas went on Sway and wouldn't rap. Who are you, fam? Are you a rapper?
You don't get to do that.
Are you a rapper? Like, literally, you are only here because the baby is here.
Yeah.
My nigga.
Like, that shit definitely doesn't work when people don't know who you are.
Are you gonna refuse to rap? What the fuck is this?
Like, this is your chance to shine, and you're just, nah, fuck this shit. I don't care about this shit.
Nah, I'm good, bro. You good? Walk your ass home if you good. Then you good. The hell?
And a Sway can absolutely tell you.
I'm paying you to
get
rap,
the fuck
bro.
outta here.
The chain ain't free. Get that shit back.
Terrible. It's absolutely trash. All right. You took my fresh and fit. So my last L before going into one toss up is interesting. It's very interesting because we have seen Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen get rings with each other for so long. And it's just so interesting how even decades later, we're still seeing a Jordan and a Pippen get a ring together. Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen are apparently getting married.
Hey, man. Is there a such thing as being naive when you have money? Like, I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Like, obviously, this isn't going to last, right? They'll probably get married and have a big much to do and then get divorced sometime soon. I don't know if it's going to be a year, 5 years, what have you, but they're going to get divorced if they even get married. But like, is there a such thing as being naive when you can just hire a fancy lawyer, protect all your money, and you know, get out of it after that? Like if you're Marcus Jordan, your risks are not what your and my risk would be for dating a 40-plus-year-old divorcee who's fresh off of 2 relationships with other men who are half her age. Mm-hmm. Right? Like that there's no end to the red flags for me or you, because this lady gonna come in, she'll probably get pregnant and then have me on the hook for the rest of her life. Yeah. If you're Marcus Jordan, even if she do have a kid, that's not the end of the world for you. Like, for him, this is just an attractive woman who is just so happened to be ran through by half the NBA and a quarter of the entertainment industry. Like, is it really that big a deal for Marcus Jordan? Because the ramifications aren't the same for him.
I'm intrigued, though. Like, what? Why? What is it about
I don't know.
Larsa Pippen that you've only been dating for less than a year?
I can guess.
Well,
I can guess what the hell it is.
I mean,
but I don't think that would make me marry a person. Like, can she cook a meal? I don't think the woman cooks. So it'll look like she clean and no shit like that. Don't let me say that. You know what I mean? She was a wife. She's a mother. Maybe she has some homely house skills that we don't know about.
Man, but I don't even think you find that out in the less than a year that they've been dating.
Based on what I know about Larsa Pippen, I couldn't keep my son far enough away from her.
I would agree.
I couldn't keep my son far enough away from her. Not to mention, dog, Larsa Pippen was married to Scottie Pippen throughout the Bulls run, right? So while you're a kid in high school watching your son or watching your dad win championships with his then, longtime teammate and friend of Scottie Pippen, he's married to Larsa Pippen, meaning Larsa Pippen watched you grow up and is now having sex with you and is now trying to marry you. That's disgusting.
That's wild.
That's nasty. Like, the age difference is what it is. You know, he's a grown man, she's a grown woman. But the fact that someone who was somewhat of an uncle to you, making her somewhat of an aunt, right? Not that those labels were specifically traded. I don't know. I wasn't involved. But again, this is your dad's coworker at a time where you were being raised. This is your dad's coworker's wife. She literally watched you mature as a young man. She watched you grow. She watched you be raised. That's nasty.
It'd be like if Bronny decided
to date Lala Anthony.
Or Lala Anthony.
If Bronny grows up and marries Lala Anthony, that's disgusting, right? Friend of the family, has a son your age. Larsa Pippen has children that are Marcus Jordan's age. They probably interacted together.
Yep.
They probably spent a lot of time together on family vacations while Michael and Scottie Pippen were out blowing all their money gambling. They were spending time together with Larsa fucking Pippen.
Larsa has already proven that she doesn't give a fuck about her son's peers, but it's neither here nor there.
Like, this is beyond nasty. This goes a step beyond just dating a younger man, which is already, you know, hit or miss. But no, she literally watched this boy grow. He was a teenager. He was a kid at some point while Larsa Pippen was around. You saw this man as a child, and now you're trying to marry him. That's nasty. That's nasty.
Very much so.
I couldn't imagine trying to be in a relationship with any woman that I saw them in diapers. That I saw them in middle school, going to prom, graduating high school. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
Charlamagne.
Uh-oh.
Dog. Now, I've long said that I've kind of given up on the Breakfast Club of being any type of cultural curators or in terms of, you know, leading the black message or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I definitely think they need to get their nose out of fucking politics because there's just no one there that's truly impartial. But if there wasn't a clearer sign that y'all need to stop fucking with politics and just stay out of it, Larry Elder was on last week, right?
Thinking that you were going to talk about
it has an abysmal showing, as you would expect a PragerU acolyte to be on a platform like the Breakfast Club, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, getting hit left and right. They actually did bring on, I don't know who that lady was, but she seemed to have some political acumen. She had Larry Elder's quotes like lined up in front of her. She was prepared to do this, right? Mm-hmm. So I give them the credit on that. They did bring somebody on who was able to jockey with him pretty readily and made him rub his nose in some of the shit he's laid along the way. Mm-hmm. But man, Charlamagne, you get the fuck out the way. You and Envy get the fuck out the way. Stop talking. Stop talking. He gonna ask this man, have you ever had a nigga wake up moment where like you realize you really black, da 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 da, because I asked you, you know, what's wrong with white people and you ain't had nothing to say about it, but you know, you have everything bad to say about black people. Okay. So then, Charlamagne, let me ask you about your wake up nigga moment when the president of the United States, now former candidate Biden, came onto your platform and told your black audience that they weren't black if they didn't vote for Joe Biden. And now you over here, but well, you know, I don't let that kind of stuff get to me. You let fucking Larry Elder put you in a spin cycle. That's why you need to shut the fuck up. That's why you need to shut the hell up. How is that show doing on Comedy Central, by the way? Is that shit still on?
No.
It's canceled? Okay.
Sure.
All right. Yeah.
Pretty sure any show he has is not on air anymore.
Maybe that's what it was. He was talking shit to Kamala Harris and she smacked that ass and got his show canceled.
Was that the... Yeah, it was the Comedy Central show. I don't think that show's on air anymore.
Maybe if you'd have done that shit while she was candidate Harris, you'd have got away with it. Nope. I'm guaranteeing you'd have got away with it. If you'd have questioned her while she was still a candidate, you'd have got away with it. And not just that, maybe you would have been able to do a little bit of good for the people who were potentially voting for her, and we'd had a clearer view of what we were getting. But, you know, she had the Breakfast Club stamp because she puts bacon in her greens or some shit. In her Indian Jamaican greens.
Yikes. Yeah, the show was canceled on May 18th, 2023.
It didn't even last a year.
No, it lasted. Oh, wait. No, that is a year.
Was it a year exactly?
No, it was a year and 4 months. September 17th, 2021 to December 15th, 2022.
Dog, I don't even think we were remembering the shit that was premiering in 2021. That shit don't count.
No, that's not right. Whoever put these dates is wrong. It ended on December 17th, 2021.
So not a year.
So only 4 months.
Okay. It didn't sound right.
Yikes.
Yeah, man. Huge L. We don't lose the food, like Josh Pate said. And Larry Elder is fucking food.
Why did they even have Larry Elder on?
He's running for president.
Why did they even have Larry Elder on the show?
Black conservative candidate. If you're trying to be impartial, I guess you need to bring him on. But man, I'd have read him the riot act like the lady was doing. Like she was on code, she was on task. She didn't get slipped up by stupid shit. By asking him about a nigga wake up call moment that you can't even account for.
At least they didn't have Jess Hilarious on.
You know what though? She's gotten a lot less controversy for that back and forth she had with the trans person than I thought she was going to.
Yeah.
So maybe
she didn't get outright canceled, but they sure enough did stop having her for a little while. So
is she not a regular host, or they made her take a break?
It seems like they made her take a break because she hasn't been on in a while. They had some
Damn.
girl from TMZ on for like the longest, seems like.
Damn.
Yeah, Jess Hilarious is like a fixture on the show.
Yeah, I thought she was the replacement for Yee, to be honest with you.
Be that too, yeah.
Yeah, I figured they were going to pull her. I just didn't know if it was going to be like a firing thing because she has a history of doing this shit, yo. Like before she started working at the Breakfast Club, she had that shit at the airport where she made the joke about the dude wearing a turban, right? Mm-hmm. And then Danny Lee hits a person in Las Vegas while she's drunk and drags him down the street. Yep. What's the first thing out of Jess Hilarious? I don't think she did it on purpose. Hey, man, the last thing people want to hear you fucking say, Jess, is that she didn't do some shit on purpose after she killed a man because she was drunk. Like, what's wrong with you? Got a modicum of common sense. The trans thing, I feel like she didn't get out of pocket until she started talking about You can never be me, motherfucker. You want to be me, motherfucker. You can't be me. I was like, damn, well, I'm going to just stay out of this one. I'm going to let y'all handle that. Give us your thoughts on all the dubs and L's discussed here, especially the club culture take. I want to hear your thoughts on that for sure. Put it in the prompt below.
Drop a comment, please.
Like, share, and subscribe. Come back every Wednesday for another dubs and L's segment.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out our previous video where we discussed the Home Depot shit as well as the Montgomery shit. And make sure that you check in with us next Wednesday when we give a dub at our dubs and L's. Make sure you check in with us next Wednesday at 10 o'clock when we give our dubs again. Jesus Christ. Our dubs and L's next week at 10 o'clock.
Tearing it up. He losing to the microphone right now.